I'm gonna marry a Nigerian and you're gonna wear it to my wedding, but can you cook egusi soup? Can you cook egusi soup? Come on now.
So guys, welcome to my YouTube channel, Reasoning and Seasoning. Today I'll be showing you how to make egusi soup. Egusi soup is very popular from Nigeria and it's one of the most popular soups you can make to impress anyone from Nigeria in case you're married to a Nigerian, by the way. And I'm going to be showing you how to make it. It's pretty easy. The first step is to season your meat. For this recipe, I'm using beef, so you can use any beef seasoning of choice.
These cute seasonings are honestly so hard to cook.
I'm using some salt, some pepper, and some onions. By pepper, I mean Scotch, bonnet, or habanero, like I used in this video. You can salt it as generously as you wish. Just use your own discretion, more or less. I like to say. I'm going to cook the beef now in the fire. I'm not going to add any water to it. I'm just going to let the beef release its own water. Here I'm just showing you some stockfish, dry fish, and dry goat meat that I already boiled just to soften already. So after like about 5 to 10 minutes or so on low heat or medium heat rather, the beef is going to release its own stock, which it will cook with initially, and this just gives it a very concentrated flavor. I like to do this process first before I add some water. So after a while it's going to start boiling, and then you can now add more water to allow the beef cook further. You can allow this to cook till the beef is soft to your preference. I can't really tell you how to boil beef. You just have to decide like when it's cooked enough for you or soft enough for you. Once this is ready, this is done, you have the first step already done for you. So the next step is to grab another pot and add some palm oil. If you're abroad, you can always check the African store for palm oil. It's always available in every African store. So I usually add a bit of vegetable oil, like you can see canola oil in this case, because I don't know, no one's gonna know.
What I like to do is that I like to mix my ground egusi seeds with water. Now for the egusi seeds, you can buy it whole seeds or you can buy it already ground. If you buy it whole seeds, you can just blend it with some crayfish and onions if you choose to, optional. So one of my preferred methods is to pour it in by scoops, but that's optional. You can just pour it in whole like that. The main aim here is that I want to fry it like eggs, like scrambling eggs, to get it to have this very lumpy texture, which some of you might be familiar with, and this is just how I achieve it. But also keep in mind that once the oil is hot, you can go in with some onions and pepper even before adding the egusi. Actually, I recommend it that way because you get more flavors. But if you also want to do it this way, that is fine. You can add the egusi first and then add the onions and peppers and everything. This will help it build flavors and also give you some color. Honestly, there are no rules. If you want to fry everything together,
there is no order. I don't want you to have any pressure when you're making this. You just make it as you wish. There is really no rules to this. You can add the ingredients in whatever order you want. However, just know that frying is important to get some flavor out of it. Then you go into your crayfish, add some crayfish. I'm adding ground crayfish. If you don't know where to get crayfish, you can always check the African store and ask them about crayfish. Nigerian crayfish, it's not crawfish. This is like shrimp powder basically. I think a good replacement for it would be shrimp powder. So I mix it. I add some live crayfish. As you can see, this is what it looks like, the one that's not grounded. Unfortunately there's a little crab in it, so thankfully I picked that out. So I just like it because I like those little pieces of crayfish in my egusi soup, in any soup I'm making at all. Actually, I just really like seeing it. What you're seeing me do here is just scraping the bottom a bit because it starts getting burnt to the bottom, so you might want it on low heat. I'm adding my dried fish, which I already boiled to soften previously. I'm going to mix that. So now I'm going to add my beef, which is the meat stock I cooked earlier. I separated some of the beef. This is not all the beef I cooked, by the way. I just separated some for another soup, which is the dikaikon soup, which I'll post the recipe later too as well. So I mixed the stock in. If you have more beef stock as the water, you can add it. But right here, you're seeing this is the container I made the egusi. I mixed it with water, so I just rinsed it out and poured more water. Don't be afraid to actually just mix egusi with water and pour it more if you need more egusi in your soup. Like I said, there is no real order to this thing. You can actually just make it anyhow and it will still come out alright, just as long as you use the same ingredients. But that's not the advice I'm giving here. Just follow my way if you're not sure of what to do. I keep adding some water. This will allow some of the palm oil to come to the top, but it also loosens the texture of the soup. I'm also using some soup seasoning, Nigerian soup seasoning. I'm not going to mention the brand because they didn't pay me for this anyway. But this has a bit of shrimp flavor to it. So If you are Nigerian, you would know about, okay, I'm going to mention things, Maggi, no, etc, all of them. But for the purpose of this video, I'm not supposed to mention the brand, but you get the gist. So do that, add some shrimp flavoring, or add some bouillon cubes, whatever you want to use to season your soup, and there you have it. So this is what I call it, the part 2, pretty much done. You have the base of the soup already ready here at this point. So up next, I'm going to be adding some beef bouillon. This is not necessary, I just really like this beef bouillon. Like, I recommend it. If you have it, if you can find it in Canada, get it for yourself. I think it's probably available in the US too as well. It just has this really beef flavor. It's like beef stock, extra beef stock. I already have it, when I was cooking my beef, so this is actually unnecessary, to be honest. I just really love it, that's why I'm adding it. But if you're using this, be careful though, because it's quite salty. Up next, I'm going to add in Cameroon pepper. I love Cameroon pepper so much. It just gives it a little more heat, but also a lot of flavor. Now, Cameroon pepper is not from Cameroon. It's just what Nigerians call Cameroon pepper. It's like habanero peppers that are dried and then blended, pretty much. You can also find it in the African store, but again, it's optional. I'm going to add some dry fish that I made in my air fryer. This is mackerels. This is pretty optional, but when I make my egusi soup, I like a lot of options. So the leaf I'm using for this is kale, or you can use spinach, you can use ugu leaves. Ideally, ugu leaves is what you actually use, is the best. Ugu leaves is the best. But if you're abroad and you can't find ugu leaves, then you can use kale, like I'm using in this case, or you can use spinach. There's a way to blanch it, I think they call it, but I don't have time for that. So I'm just gonna add it to the soup directly, and I'm just gonna cover it and let it, steam somehow. And after, like, I don't know, 2 to 3 minutes or so, I take it off. By that time, it kind of has reduced in size, so now it just makes it a bit easier to mix into the soup. That's just the whole point of doing that, especially because the pot I'm using is small, and I kind of realized that the pot was small like when I've gone too far into cooking. Anyway, as you can see, the soup is pretty much done at this point. It's pretty much ready. I'm just mixing it further to get the leaves incorporated into the soup very well. From the looks, you can already see it's ready. So I usually like to save salt for the end. Like, I taste for salt at the end, and then I add a little salt if it needs salt. I know some of you might be looking at this and being like, oh my god, is that not a lot of salt? Shut up your mouth. Anyway, yeah, it depends on you, Sha, because I keep adding water to it because I want it to be loose, so it kind of balances out by itself. I like my soup having taste. One thing that you would see in my food is that there's never going to be not enough salt in it. I can't tell you there'll be too much salt, but there will just never be not enough salt in my soup. There's always enough salt. I like to taste the salt in my food, and that is just what it is. But if you don't like salt in your food, you can use 1 teaspoon. That is perfectly fine. I'm not going to hold you. I'm not going to, But as you can see, my soup looks good. It's ready. It's perfect, delicious, loaded, and there you have it. If you found this recipe useful or helpful, please don't forget to hit the subscribe button. This is my new YouTube channel, and I'm trying to grow it. Hopefully there is more videos to come. Anyway, up next, I'm going to show you how to make pando. This is just an easy way. There are other ways to make it anyway. So anyway, this is how I make my pando. This is not the ideal way. This is just maybe, would I say, beginner friend. I like to mix the pando with water to loosen it. It just reduces the risk of lumps. Then I add it to boiling water. When you mix it very well, you now add it to some boiling water and make sure it's loose. Keep adding water if you need hot water. Boil some water and keep aside. Keep boiling keep mixing into this thing, incorporating, and then it kind of starts getting soft and starchy. As you can see, it kind of gets stretchy. So what you also do is that after a while, when it mixes properly, I'm just going to leave the pando in the pot and add some water to it. Under low heat, just let it steam a bit, then I'm going to mix it, and then it's going to get very starchy. You just need to let it heat for about 2 to 3 minutes. It's not that much. And that's all. You can enjoy your egusi soup with pando now. Thank you for watching. Bye.